Morning Edition, a key member in the cabinet has stepped down. Also, women seeking to have a stronger voice in politics.
We would like a minimum of 30% parliamentary representation by women in accordance to the international agreements that we've signed on to for years.
A mother and daughter duo talks about the barbering industry.
It's more than just a career move for me. It is a ministry, more or less, to uplift and encourage men.
And it's Thanksgiving Day. Hear how the pandemic has changed family gatherings and the gobbling of turkey. We've got all of those stories and much more with Morning Edition. Comes right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
The We Buy You Sell family wants to show you just how thankful we are for you. Catch 50% off with our Black Friday sale on Friday, November 27th. But here's the catch. The sale will run from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon. A short but reasonable window to catch a sweet deal on all of your home and hardware needs. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com for a quick and easy 3-step process. Browse the gallery and select your item. Add to cart. And step 3, check out. See you there.
Thanksgiving to all of you. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thank you so much for having us in your company. Well, on this thankful Thursday, you are looking at a live shot on the outside as we wake up to partly cloudy weather over the island chain today. Expect cloudy periods with warm and breezy conditions and the chance of a light passing shower. Once again, winds could be causing it difficult for beachgoers due to rip currents along north and east coast beaches. We now head on out to our streets where Lloyd Allen and the morning traffic team has your daily traffic commute.
Yes, good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. It is a great start to your Thursday morning. We are giving you your first look at traffic, and this one coming in at the intersection of Fire Trail Road and Sir Milo Butler Highway. As you can see from our drone shot, significant traffic utilized in this area, and likely many of those vehicles coming out of the southern area of New Providence, Carmichael Road, as well as southwestern New Providence. We are advising motorists who have to utilize this area, prepare for a 5 to 7 minute delay. That's near the intersection of Tonic Williams Darling Highway and Sir Milo Butler, as there tends to be a buildup at this time of morning. This morning, we are also joined by Corporal Patrick Kemp from the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Traffic Division, who is giving us an initial look at the traffic over the past 24-hour period.
Good morning, Mr. Island, and good morning, Bahamas. And you're correct. You would have noticed for the persons who are on the street this morning, there is a heavy flow of traffic on the streets this morning. I don't know what's in the air, but it's almost like the Christmas spirit has already started. Thanksgiving. And I'm going to ask the persons out there to continue to drive with due care and attention. Within the last 24 hours, Mr. Island, we've had some 9 accidents without injuries. We haven't had any accidents that were hit and runs. We've been experiencing that of late. So I'm going to continue to ask drivers out there to continue to pay attention, plan your route, and exercise patience. Exercise patience. We have a lot of persons who are for some reason, they're in a rush. And you know, it's weird as it may sound, in a rush to go nowhere. You know? If you're on a traffic light, if I must say, and the light changes to green, I'll prefer those persons to wait just an extra second, maybe 2. Because you got a lot of persons who are impatient with blow persons off the light, and a lot of us are seeing it. When your light change, out of nowhere, somebody will come out of nowhere and just run the traffic light. I'll prefer you to wait when it concerns your safety and the safety of others. And for those persons who continuously run the traffic light, it is an offense, and you will find yourself before the court for breaking the law.
And a similar reminder to those motorists approaching roundabouts like this as well. Don't be afraid to take an extra second or two just to look twice if you need to avoid any possible delays. And then finally, this morning, I'd like you to address the issue of persons maneuvering various roadworks or other obstacles that may impede the flow of traffic. What advice can you offer to drivers?
Well, you're gonna discover through dialing that there are some roadworks that are occurring for whatever reason. All right. As you approach these areas where roadworks are going, again, I'm gonna stress: exercise some patience. All right. Everybody's gonna have an opportunity to pass and continue on your journey. Being impatient and blowing somebody out the way, and you creating a double lane, in some cases third lane. I've even seen people riding on the sidewalk. It doesn't make any sense. You risk getting in an accident and inconveniencing yourself and other persons because of damages and, God forbid, injuries, when all you have to do is exercise just a few seconds of patience. And if I must say, Mr. Allen, I have to put this out here. We have a lot of persons who are removing persons' vehicle without the owner's consent. We find it to be an issue. If the car doesn't belong to you, leave the car alone. Even if it's your relatives, your mom, your father, your aunt, even if they trust you. And if they did not give you permission to move that vehicle, leave it alone. It is an arrestable offense to move a vehicle without the owner's consent. A lot of persons, too, are borrowing vehicles, and they're allowing their friend or other persons to drive those vehicles. And most times they're not on the insurance, you get in an accident, and then you're concerned about the fees that you will incur as a result. If you borrow a vehicle, be responsible. It is not yours to lend out.
And of course, with that, we end your Thursday morning traffic report. For the morning edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest has resigned from the cabinet. Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, confirmed the move in a statement yesterday afternoon, noting that he has accepted the minister's immediate resignation. The Prime Minister thanked Mr. Turnquest for his service to the Bahamas, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Minnis announced that he will serve as the interim Minister of Finance and will make an appointment in due course. Mr. Turnquest released a statement shortly after the announcement explaining that he's confident that once the allegations against him have been fully ventilated through the courts, his reputation of transparency and accountability will be vindicated. He explained, however, that he did not want a private business dispute to become a distraction for the government. Mr. Turnquest also noted that he will continue to serve out of the term as a Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama. Mr. Turnquest said it had been his honor to serve his country in public office and that he has done so with total fidelity and adherence to the tenets of our democracy. Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer thanking the former Minister of Finance for his service to the country in the cabinet the past 3.5 years. The FNM National Chairman boasted that when the Free National Movement came to office in 2017, Mr. Turnquest went to work to help restore the country's finances and did a commendable job during his tenure in office in the face of unprecedented back-to-back crisis. The FNM Chairman says he respects the decision by Turnquest to resign from cabinet to abide by the conventions of our system. The resignation follows the revelation that Turnquest was named in a Supreme Court writ filed late last week, which included allegations of impropriety, though Mr. Turnquest was not named as a defendant and has denied any wrongdoing. Meantime, Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis is expected to deliver a communication on the COVID-19 pandemic during House of Assembly proceedings this afternoon. During the House session on Wednesday, the Prime Minister tabled a number of documents, including the latest proclamation of emergency orders. House members are expected to begin debate on a resolution to extend the proclamation of emergency at 3 o'clock. Tune into Channel 420 for live coverage of that communication. Amendments to the Penal Code passed in the House of Assembly on Wednesday. The amendments will create the offense of intent to defraud a foreign government relating to the collection of money for revenue. Wrapping up the debate was Member of Parliament for Carmichael and Public Works Minister, the Honourable Desmond Bannister. He said the legislation will help the Bahamas to maintain a reputation as a law-abiding country willing to prosecute those that break the law.
The reality, Mr. Speaker, is that someone could be in any family island now. They could be anywhere in the country now, anywhere. And they could go online, as we've seen, and they could make representations to agents of another government from our country. It is no longer good for us to say what we used to say in the past. And it is no longer in the current extradition treaties. We're not going to be able to extradite these people. And so countries are trying to work together to ensure that they're not seen as places where criminals can reside and act with impunity. And none of us wants that in the Bahamas.
Senators will also meet on Friday morning to debate amendments to the Penal Code as well as the Emergency Proclamation and connected documents. Leader of Government Business, Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel, explained that the emergency powers orders are still in effect. Also this morning, the Road Traffic Department is all set to go cashless at its Fort Charlotte substation. Persons will have to make an appointment on the Road Traffic Facebook page. The new system allows motorists to license vehicles in less than 20 minutes. The unit has been licensing over 100 vehicles each day with the cashless system. Road Traffic Controller Bradley Sands.
In short order, road traffic will be totally cashless. We are moving this way, so it will be less strain on members of the public and less strain on the staff members. When we're talking about cashless, you don't have to be concerned about having cash on you and anybody seeking to rob you as you come to road traffic.
And still to come in the morning edition, we pause to reflect on a high point in Bahamian history. You're watching the Morning Edition.
We're here to help you. We're here to hold your hand. We're here to support you.
I think it's everyone who sacrifices their life to serve the needs of others are all heroes.
So we all just kind of get together and do what's right for our patients.
The human connection is what bonds all of us. I'm truly proud to be part of the Pineapple family.
What matters most is your health. Be proactive about it.
Historic day for the Bahamas. 58 years ago today, women voted for the first time in a general election. The move was a part of efforts by the women's suffrage movement to bring about change and equality for women. Professor at the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Christopher Curry, reflects on this crucial moment in Bahamian history.
We also know that the women's suffrage movement was a movement that crossed party lines as well. For example, Mary Ingram was a supporter of the UBP. Her husband, Rufus Ingram, ran for Ragged Island in the 1949 election. So, again, you have PLPs and UBPs at the time part of this wonderful, amazing women's suffrage movement. So that would be my first fact. My second fact is to draw attention to the fact that this movement is not a singular event. It didn't occur just in 1962, didn't miraculously appear out of nowhere. As I had already noted, from 1949 onwards, we have a long decade of struggle. You have petitions being presented to the House of Assembly in early 1951. tabled by C.R. Walker. We have petitions in the mid-1950s. We have a petition in 58 and 59. We had Doris Johnson speaking in Maxwell Thompson's Magistrates Court in 1959, which was a prelude for the actual movement towards actually having the franchise extended to women. We have the women, Eugenia Lockhart and Doris Johnson going with Henry Taylor to London, making it an international movement and allowing the colonial office to see exactly what was going on in the Bahamas and really pressuring then the UBP to make these reforms that were necessary.
Meanwhile, today in the Bahamas, women are still seeking to expand their numbers in leadership and politics. A move is now underway to increase the number of women candidates in the 2022 general elections. The Department of Gender and Family Affairs is hoping to see at least 13 women contesting seats in the upcoming election. Chairman of the Caribbean Institute for Women in Leadership responsible for training is Charlene Paul.
When we look at our political statistics, we are really far behind. In fact, the World Economic Forum places us 141st out of 153 countries in relation to women's progress in political leadership. And then we know that we only have 13% of female representation in Parliament and one lone single woman in cabinet. So we believe that the nation is seriously deficient in that area, and as a result, the impact is a negative one because women bring a different sphere and a necessary balance is needed. So that's the main concern here in the Bahamas. We need more women in politics. We need more women in Parliament. Bottom line.
In preparation for the 2022 general elections, Paul says CWIL is hoping the various political parties will begin to select women candidates who can enter the halls of Parliament.
We want to really just push that needle and say, you know, run 50%. We'd want more women to raise the hand, and then we'd want to work with them and help come alongside. We have a number of women who are ready to mentor, coach. We're ready as women to form that sisterhood in a political setting, like a political caucus, if you would, of women, so that we can strengthen and better prepare our women. And so that 2022, we would like a minimum of 30% parliamentary representation by women in accordance to the international agreements that we've signed on to for years. And we feel that 30% is a minimum.
In our continued series on women in a man's world, our Charles Fisher introduces us to a female mechanic.
Small in stature, but she can do the job any man can do. Shadia Major has been fixing cars for the past 12 years.
One day I just saw this mechanic doing some work and I got fascinated. So I stopped by him and I asked him what I need to do to get involved, and he gave me my first toolbox and started from there.
This day we stopped by. She happens to be working on a family member car.
I have to change 2 front CV joints, so suspension work.
So what all can you do?
Brakes, service, suspension, engine. I could rebuild engines. So yeah, just about everything, and AC.
So why not the office job most females go for?
Because actually I was doing the desk job, and boy, that was completely boring for me. So I said I have to be active. I can't stay spot too long because I get bored quick. So I think this is a great field for me.
Then there comes a thing where male mechanics charge the male customers one price and the female a different price for the same job.
I think that's highway robbery. I totally despise that. And then I've come across a few women who say, oh, I got my car fixed today. But then I hear it's not to go back to him, so it's another extra charge. So yeah, I totally despise that. Part of me being able to learn more and experience, be able to fix, know what's on my car instead of getting swing.
Now, some of the tools are heavy, and I am sure I am not the only man who don't know the difference in tools.
That's true. I've come across a few like that. But hey, like I said, what you make it. If you choose to learn, then you will be able to pick out which tool you need, what size the nut is, without just looking at it. I mean, it took me some time to learn it, but after a while, it came like a piece of cake to me.
Any advice to females who may now want to enter the field of mechanic work?
Well, it depends on the fingernails getting greasy and dirty. But if her heart is there, then go for it. If you love what you're doing, you'll always keep going at it, like what I do.
In our Friday series, we'll be speaking with a female roofer. For the Morning Edition, I'm Charles Fisher.
At the start of the new academic school year, the Ministry of Education encountered some technical issues with its virtual learning process. But now that those kinks have been ironed out, some junior high scholars from the Ridgeland Park community are reinventing their own version of virtual learning. Here's Lloyd Allen.
Education has not been easy for many students in recent months. But today, I introduce you to a duo who've decided to jump into the driving seat of learning. 13-year-old Pryden Wilson and 12-year-old Jadon Haley have decided to embrace virtual learning and have created a website to complement lessons, all using virtual platforms.
Aldenai Elementary started off of the porch, just as all fun and games, just as playing teacher and students.
So we're going to start Zoom, and with the Zoom, the children will be able to interact, but not face-to-face, virtually. And then we're also, for some things, we're going to come face-to-face.
Prior to COVID-19, that face-to-face involved field trips to places like Ardastra Gardens, accompanied by an adult, all in the name of experiential learning. But currently, Pryden says their efforts have been on further developing the interactive webpage used as a resource to online classes for kindergarten and primary schoolers, and guided by the Ministry of Education's curriculum.
So we just implemented their curriculum, what they use inside of their school, into our database to teach them and use fun work pages for them to use.
Pryden explains how students sign up for this free after-school initiative.
You would go on our website, scroll down to contact us, and you would send us your name, your number, your email, and a detailed message saying you want to join.
The two also share their passion behind starting this project.
I am still a student, and I see how hard it is. So my goal is to make this organization, this program, all community-wide.
Because we're still children, it's all fun and games. It's going to be on the weekends, so we're going to help the children what they need to do. Because all children, every child don't learn the same. We'll go slow enough so they'll understand their work, and the program won't be like school boring and be fun and exciting.
Albany has even had its first graduation, showing parents that the program works and helping these young educators to use their passion for knowledge to help and inspire others to do the same. Jadon's mother, Donna Haley, says she couldn't be more proud to see both kids taking charge in their community.
I am proud, very proud. Jadon has been excelling from day one. She's self-motivated. You know, she plays the violin, she plays the piano. Exposure is so important.
These two have definitely proven that challenging times are the doorway to creativity. Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Thanks a lot, Lloyd. Well, when you hear the word barbering, you automatically think it's all about men, right? Well, that is partially true, but a mother and daughter duo who chose the profession are hoping to change that myth by providing top-notch services to all of their clients. The morning team caught up with them at the Alpha Males Barbershop in the Grove to find out how they're transforming the industry.
It's more than just a career move for me. It is a ministry, more or less, to uplift and encourage men.
It's this strong passion to inspire young men that drove Debbie Miller into the world of barbering. As a young mother and wife, the former masseuse therapist took a leap of faith in uncharted waters in a male-dominating industry many years ago and never looked back.
I worked for a while at another barbershop to get cutting time. And then 5 years after, in 2009, I started here. And when I started here, I started alone. And it was very slow because, it was a woman surrounded by a lot of men. And then, you'll hear the Samson and Delilah story. But that didn't put me off because I had a plan and I had a goal to not just survive, but do well in this industry.
And that she did. In the heart of 2nd Street, The Grove is where her business, the Alpha Males Barbershop, has made its home. It's a mellow, reserved atmosphere for clients to unwind after a long, hard day. Debbie says providing top-quality barbering services and raising the bar in the industry keeps her customers happy.
We offer hand and foot detailing, facials, haircuts, shaves, shape-ups. We also texturize, we tint hair color, and we do some like chair massage for the back.
But what Debbie loves most about barbering is the respect she receives from male barbers and passing on the trade to her daughter Asher, who spoke to us about her experience.
My mom really leaned in on me to get me to learn how to cut hair. So I came just to help her out because things started to get busy with her opening her own store. So I came to help her on Saturdays. That's when I learned to cut. I've learned to cut 9 years ago, but I've really went full-time into barbering 5 years.
Now, operating under the current pandemic remains a concern, and when it comes to the hesitation by men who are in fear of contracting COVID-19 and have other queries regarding unsanitized barbering tools, Asher had this to say.
It's something that we should do year-round. Before COVID came, machines can get dirty with blood. People have rashes, scalp conditions, and so barbering is a field where you have to take care with your tools to protect your clients. But even more so now, we have to sanitize the doors and the chairs and change the capes often to help protect them.
Well, it's Thanksgiving, and Lloyd Allen is with a team promoting a national Thanksgiving drive this morning. Good morning again, Lloyd.
Yes, good morning again, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. This morning we are here at the United Faith Ministry, where the first of hopefully an annual event from the We Are One national campaign. Their Thanksgiving luncheon is set to begin in just a few moments. Here with me now is the senior pastor from the church, that's Pastor Feldman Ferguson, as well as the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames. Welcome to the morning edition. Minister Dames, talk to us about how important this initiative is in getting in contact with those persons who are still hurting in our community.
Oh, it is extremely, extremely important. It's a pleasure to be here this morning at United Faith Ministries with their Apostle Ferguson. This is actually not my first time, and I said to him, he's always a gracious host. And so this morning we're launching the We Are One initiative, the Thanksgiving phase of it. And we are hoping to feed in excess of 5,000 persons throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And it's great to be here, as I said before. We're excited about it. This is very important to us. These are some very serious times. And we have to show people that we care and that we are indeed one. And we're so excited to be partnering with churches like United Faith Ministries. We have the chairperson, Ms. Shelley Lewis, who is up at Ridgeland at Christ the King, and throughout this country. The We Are One initiative under the umbrella of NNWC is alive and well, and we're excited about it.
Well, just moving straight on, Pastor Ferguson, again, as the minister said, this is a very important initiative being taken on today. How happy are you that your church was chosen for the site for how many again?
5,000.
5,000 meals.
Well, I'm happy to be a part of it simply because I'm kingdom-minded. And that's the mission of the church. The mission of the church is to reach people and change lives. And so we are happy always to be doing the work of the kingdom and, of course, to partner with the police, always in the great work that they're doing to bring about the sense of oneness in our community. This is very important because the only way our country will survive, the only way our country will indeed progress and go from heights to heights is when there is partnership. And when there is partnership with the government, partnership with the police in trying to develop great neighborhoods, it can only go higher. We can only have a greater nation. And so I'm excited to be a part of it this morning. And I pray that this will only get better and bigger.
All right, so of course some great information coming in there. And so of course, if you do happen to traverse this area, the minister and his team are asking you to come out and get your plate and benefit again from another initiative from the We Are One national campaign. Reporting from Fire Trail Road for the morning edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Well, Lloyd, I'm feeling the Thanksgiving spirit, and I'm about to put on my sexy shades for Thanksgiving, and as I'm about to peruse the streets this morning. And that's a wrap for us this Thanksgiving Thursday. For the entire team, I'm LaDawn Davis. Remember to always be thankful for what you have, be safe, and enjoy your Thanksgiving feast. Have a great day.
So much love for the culture. Oh, I just can't leave it alone. Gonna take a trip to an old island. Gonna jump aboard Bahamas there. Grab my drum and I'll grab my saw. Can't miss no festival this year. No! Some say it's magical, some say it's musical. Come get a belly full of Bahamian culture. Some get emotional, some take it personal. Get all hysterical for Bahamian culture. What? Boy, listen here. I miss no regard.